welcome to the comparative video. We're going to start with the ergonomical workstation in this section, and in the next section we're going to go over the other workstation, and I'm going to suggest tips and tricks and modifications anyone can apply to their workstation. So to begin, we're going to start with the ergonomical chair in this workstation. So the reason why this is considered ergonomical is one, it has a headrest, has a lower lumbar support, which promotes proper posture. Again, we've gone over it in the brochure, but I will reiterate, is that it's really important when facing chronic lower back pain long term. We also have armrests, which are very important, keeps our elbows in 90 degrees. And for that reason, we don't put excess stress. You know, having no armrests can affect the elbows because you are using force. They're not supported. Next, we have this lever, which changes the orientation of the back in general. Even though you have good posture alignment, you don't have to sit completely in alignment. You can kind of vary the seating position, which is good because you want to be staying in one position for too long. Next, let's go over the actual workstation. So in this workstation, it's already activated. We have an alarm. So what this alarm does, it reminds the user to stand up, walk around, which is a very important feature. I can show you how to use another, how to integrate one in any other workstation. So the reason why this is good, when we get up, walk around, get the blood moving, get the, stretch it out, like let the muscles relax, lengthen. It's very important. You don't want to get stiff or cramp up. So in this particular set, we have I have three different presets. The first preset is kind of more if I want to sit on the floor and do work, or if I want to lie down on the bed and do work, listen to lectures, etc. The second preset brings us to chair level. So now at this level, I'd be using my chair and working at the desk normally. And then preset number 3 brings it all the way up to where I stand, and then I can continue to do work. So bear in mind that you don't necessarily need this. You don't need a work desk that elevates. It's a plus, but there are other ways to do work. It's not a necessity in my opinion, but it is a great plus if you have the means for it. Now now we're at working height. Let's go over the actual work desk and why it's ergonomical. Number one, everything here is within arm's reach. So phone holder, so I don't have to keep, my phone has facial recognition. So I just look at it, it reads to me all the information that's trying to tell me. So I have one laptop and a desktop. So one thing, if individuals are only using laptops, it's important to use books or some kind of holder to bring it to eye level. For that reason, I use this desktop. The desktop is wherever I am in the room. We have here a turntable, so it will move it accordingly. So therefore, I don't have to, keep moving it around unnecessarily, like, navigating it. It's just a quick swivel, and it's fine. And also, again, as I stand completely head on, is completely with eye level. Again, you would probably want something to elevate the laptop. So that's one thing. Another thing which you guys may or may not have noticed, I have some lights down here. So the reason why I have these lights is at certain light temperatures, it helps me focus personally, keeps my gauge on my computer, on my workstation, helps me focus. It's a little did you know? It's really cool. And yeah, so this is the ergonomical workstation. Another thing you want to consider though, unfortunately they did not come in on time, is blue light filters. But we can go on the computer, for example, and on some computers, if it decides to work, we actually have night shift. So what the night shift is, it actually filters out blue light. Okay. With that being said, same thing with this computer as well. Does the same thing. If I can turn it on, it filters out the blue light, and which is overall, it's been found long term, if you do, that can damage your eyes, can lead to soreness and other chronic conditions. I almost forgot my ergonomical mouse. So as you can see here, there's kind of a groove here for comfort of the thumb to rest, as well as these two buttons. So aside from alternating colors, so this is actually the most resistance, and then as you progressively go up, the colors indicate the level of sensitivity, and this is the highest sensitivity, meaning that it has the minimalist effort in order to navigate the mouse. And that's just the last part of the ergonomical workstation I forgot to highlight. Hello and welcome to the newly modified workstation. So here we have two examples of chairs that individuals can go with in order to modify their workstation. So here we just have a regular lower lumbar support pillow or cushion. You can adjust it any way you want just by lifting it to achieve that more comfortable and lower back / lumbar supported position. Here we have wheels compared to being stationary, which we'll go over the difference in a minute. We also have armrests. Unfortunately, here we do not. And unlike the previous chair we just looked at, here we have a curve in the back of the chair. What that does, it helps with our spinal alignment. So how does that occur? As I've said previously in the brochure, that our spine is more S-curved or S-shaped, to be specific. So that definitely helps with keeping that in alignment. Here we have armrests. So the reason why one would want armrests is so when our arms are rested on the armrest, it takes off pressure from the shoulders. We're not engaging any muscles or putting unnecessary stress on our joints and not using unnecessary usage of our muscles. All right, so one major thing, what's the difference? As you can see from wheels over stationary, is this is more mobile, meaning we can go from this desk to this desk and back, compared to this chair over here, where the user probably have to lift and place it from place to place, which is unnecessary in terms of unnecessary movement, unnecessary load on the body, and has more of a need to be in proper form when moving the chair. Now, let's talk about the desk. Okay, so now that we're sitting at the modified workstation, the first thing I would like the audience to recognize or view is that everything is within arm's reach. We have a paper shredder, the trash, everything else that's frequently being used is within reach. So now we have what should be a timer. Doesn't have to necessarily be an iPod. It can be any device / equipment that has a timer function. We set that timer about 45 to an hour. We get up, we walk around, get the blood moving, stretch, let those muscles relax, avoid cramping. And in doing so, that should promote longer and more productive work sessions. Speaking of work sessions, let's get to the computer. So the computer, we have a book under it, which elevates the height, which brings it to eye level. However, in this example, we do not have a wired or wireless mouse, so that might be a later add-on if that is not available at the current time. So unfortunately, that would mean because of the elevation, I would be kind of compromising my wrist by typing at that elevation, because the armrest here, we are married to it, meaning that it's not adjustable. It is very much just there. Now, moving to the actual computer itself, we have a function called night shift. I reviewed it in the other station. We'll go over it again. So right now, if it's coming through, should be more of a bluish tinge. Now we turn it on. Now should be more of like an orangey tinge. And what that does is we're filtering out the blue light, which can lead to chronic long-term eye damage. So it's very important to either, if you have a computer that has a function like this, if not, then you can always go out, if you choose, buy like glasses that have blue filter lenses or some kind of blue filtering add-on to them. and that will definitely help for prolonged working on screens. So what I've personally experienced is my eyes can get very sore from being on the screen for very long periods of time. And since I've started using the night shift function on my computer, I have found that I'm able to work longer with less discomfort. All right, so aside from that, now we've looked over the chairs, the desk, and so like I said before, instead of taking this chair and picking it up, placing it there or back to where I am, we can just wheel over to that workstation. And overall, I think this is a great way to do things. All right, so thank you for taking the time, taking a watch, and I'll see you next time.